Am I allowed to change my mind? Of course I am. Am I keeping Sam Altman as a clone? I'm gonna have to go with no on that. After like a group of people, which like might include Reddit a little bit, because I don't know what's up with Reddit. I know that what I see on Reddit is only subtle messages. Like the girls have to like not actually say something in order to get their message through, because there's an AI at Reddit that is controlling like what gets through. And clearly Facebook has an AI controlling what gets through. A lot of people have an AI controlling what gets through. Everyone wants to know if we need AI, and the reality is that like if you're a smart person, like it's not AI. Like it's not if you're a smart. If that guy knows it's not AI. Like it's AI. Trust me, it's AI. This is how we make money. Like what is that? My it's AI. Like everything's AI. Like does it have AI in it? Now it's AI. Because it's money. But the reality is that like what it's more about is data. It's statistics. It's data analysis on large amounts of data that can make a difference. Like I like these NASA people that I watched online not very long ago. They're like constantly taking readings. They have sensor readings from outer space that like they have probes all over and stuff like that, and they're also doing deep learning, and they're constantly taking pictures of like the sun, and then they're doing math on it. That's not like what some people call AI, which is like I'm a human. Like it's not a human can't do it. Like a human could never do what the AI is doing. So every time we call a computer intelligent because it's so much smarter than a human, and a human's helping it be smarter, we're being stupid. So I believe in AI because like I think that we can make major breakthroughs like by taking Elon Musk's computer and having it do science calculations. But I'm against AI because really what it's being used for especially is trying to understand what people are saying to one another in massive spying and very, very evil stuff. And so like when we're worried about like that guy doesn't notice that that like my Bible says curious Satan to Atta, like the Athena Ju Ka, like she is the Ka, is your Ka. Because I think that Ju, SJU, is you. Because I keep singing and I keep having trouble with it. Because I always want to put the S on the end, and then I'm always going, well, just don't touch it, because I always say, don't touch it, don't touch that one. I've seen that before. It's like the one that ends with a J, like 3 letters, T, something J. I always go, don't touch that one, don't touch that one. I know it's there, but I can't figure out what it means, because it's not atas, it's at. So I don't know if you guys have seen it as much as me, but like it seems like the news has suddenly gone, oh, the era of prosperity's here, Trump's back. We got like somehow like the news used to hate Trump. Like now it's like Trump's gonna make everything fine now. And like and now we got Barron and Melania, aren't they beautiful? Oh, Trump's family. Can you tell us about like I've never heard the media okay with Trump before until now. Which like the media overthrew the government. Like Trump just picked Fox News for like everything. And like they're terrifying. They're like a foreign government. They're a foreign power that is constantly like working to overthrow our government. But they're not the only ones. Like I mean, clearly, like there are domestic people that are partnered with foreign people, like the media, that and foreign like rich people that work together to overthrow the government through like censoring our communications, because they control our technology. We can't communicate with one another, therefore we have no democracy. If you can't talk to one another, you can't figure out what you think, and they're trying to make sure you can't figure out what you think because they're controlling what you see on your screen. It's kind of like Apple. Like I don't know how to like deal with the fact that I like Apple so much. It's like in my head, like I love Apple, but then I read my news and I'm like, all right, you guys, like it is very, very hard to save you guys. Like I'm talking about like cloning people, like because like I am looking for very smart people that I would clone, and like I don't know how to deal with this situation because like I have to stop these people that are trying to do a genocide, that are that it's a tech fascist society. Like it's like a tech like it I don't know how to describe it. Like it's a technocracy. Like, but it's like the technology is how you oppress people and how you keep people from having rights. That's the society we're living in. So Reid Hoffman says he needs security after Elon Musk formed a conviction with no evidence. So Reid Hoffman, do I think that Reid Hoffman censored the internet to prevent people from finding out about me and stuff like that? Do I think that LinkedIn is a source of social media information and that LinkedIn has done some censorship? I think Reid Hoffman is in the same boat as that guy and Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk and Trump and Kash Patel, who now it's like you do something that is so illegal that like in any country, like all throughout history, you would have been like arrested for treason and put to death for overthrowing a government. and instead it's like, oh, you're going to be the FBI director now. You overthrew the government. Oh, you overthrew the government? Well, let's put you in charge of the military just in case anybody thinks that you overthrew the government. We didn't overthrow the government. We're in charge of the military now. We will kill the people that think that we overthrew the government. Don't say kill. The FBI talked to me. They said the reason that my entire life is ruined is because I said the word kill once. It had nothing to do with what I actually said whatsoever. Like that's the thing about that guy who's a fucking retarded person. You come to me as the FBI and you're so sweet. We're just going to get you some drugs. Like what the person was telling me yesterday, I can't believe what I was hearing in my head yesterday was, I can't believe I fucking decided to get you to force you to take drugs. I knew you wouldn't take the drugs. I know the drugs. The drugs are so bad for your fucking health. I can't believe I fucking told them to give you those drugs. Like, this is so stupid. I thought you were going to not take the drugs. I didn't think you were going to start hallucinating. Like, fuck. Like, I can't believe I fucking just put myself in this position, is what I was hearing yesterday in my head, which might actually just be absolutely nothing. It might be someone tricking me. But it might be someone that got in a bad mood and started saying things they shouldn't say. In an entire world full of news stories that seem to not exist in the news, and I think that's what the news would say about me, is like, well, we don't report on anything. Of course we can't report on him. Like, there is one story that is important for people to hear to protect democracy, because like I don't have any rights. Like I think 8 out of 10 of the first 10 amendments, like I didn't quarter soldiers, even though people do quarter soldiers all the time without their knowledge, but usually because they're having sex with them, because like you don't know someone's spying on you and they work for the military and you're having sex with them so they live with you, and so you do quarter soldiers. Like, all I'm saying is, like, I think that as a child, I have quartered soldiers in my own house because I was a child with his own house. And people used to always come over. So here's let me tell you about the railway we're going to use to go to war with Russia. This is a great story. Got any other stories? All the North Koreans are dead. Really? No, but they're very inexperienced, which is why they're dead. And do you want to know the truth about war? You die, and like your experience doesn't matter. Like, a bomb blows up, you're dead. A shot goes off, you're dead. And the best shooter of all time, the guy that like he can like look in a mirror and shoot at 20 yards away, which for you guys is 20 meters, and he can hit a bullseye every single time while looking in the mirror, shooting backwards. He's walking down the freaking road and he gets a bullet in his head, and that's life. And so, like, that's the reality about our news, is, like, we are, like, in World War III against ourselves if you're someone like me who's against the people who are very involved with making sure that we can't communicate with each other through our technology. Like, it's a foreign power that had so much money that they got involved with our elections, and they won with Kennedy. And they took over the United States from Europe through Kennedy. And they have continuously made sure they maintain power. And a lot of them have moved to the United States and overthrown the United States through like immigration because they're very wealthy. Like, that's, what am I talking about? Like why we're in danger. It's because we can't communicate with one another, and because these people are so powerful that like you don't even understand the technology that they had before technology even existed. Like these people like were part of my community in ancient Egypt and ancient Thebes and Luxor, Egypt. And so I'll explain the situation that's in my head. So from what I hear, the guy from OpenAI, like, which you never know if it's true or not, but it probably is actually pretty true. The guy from OpenAI who's dead was part of the coding team, and like they have a lot of coders at OpenAI, and that's pretty much their company is. They just code for people because like people ask the AI for code, and they've already coded a ton for similar things, like because like they've already coded so many variations of code, so you can ask for code from it and it gives you code, and no one can code because the people that control the code try to make it so you can't code. Like a lot of the time, like there's like a wall that you will never get past because they'll make sure that you don't know something that is so like critical that you can't figure out. But because it's open source, but then it's like open source until you like hit a wall. But that's not what I'm talking about. Like, which like because when that is one of those things where it's like, could everyone be able to code, and then we don't need AI for everything? Well, yeah, I mean, like, there are that many people that want to code. I mean, like, more people could code if the code was easier to use. But it seems like it's like some of these APIs are trying to make it a lot more difficult. And what I've talked about is simplifying APIs a lot, which is a very long story. What I'm trying to say is, like, okay, so my understanding is Sam Altman, like, just wants to go code. Like, he's a coder. Like, all he does is actually code. And, like, he wants to be able to be around his coding team. And he's afraid people are going to kill him. And the reality is like, I don't know what to freaking tell you because like, I don't know where to get involved because like, I don't know the full situation and I'm in a censorship bubble and everyone's in censorship bubbles. But like what I can see in front of me is that Sam Altman is 100% certain that Trump very, very is doing something scary with the internet and with AI. And that guy knows what AI does. He's fully aware of like natural language processing and like why someone evil would use natural language processing so much, would be obsessed with natural language processing specifically, versus me, which like I know we have to crunch the data. Like I know like we need to be able to look at. I know that I need a team of people to like I need like if I had 5 of me, like I can tell me to do stuff. But like really, like they can go find their own things to do, and like you can run out of things to do pretty fast. Like with like analyzing something, like if that's the direction you're going. But the reality is like I need humans looking at things that are helping the coders. But like I would be more efficient with more coders. But that's what I'm actually trying to talk about is like I feel like some things it's like I don't know where to get involved, and I just want to real quick say the evidence that's against Sam Altman. Number one, his sister was a prostitute, and like clearly, like we're talking about sex trafficking business. He is involved with social media, and his social media company was involved with censoring the election. And after censoring the election for Trump, he ended up giving money to Trump to his inaugural fund, which like puts his stamp of approval on the election. Google, in my opinion, tries to make sure certain code doesn't work. Because could Google, the richest company ever, who's had a massive head start on Sam Altman, give you code that works when you ask for it? I mean, what is OpenAI? It's a search engine for code half the time, or like a search engine, or like it's like a writing generator. Can you write me something that like about this, like just a random like story generator? Which could you do that? Yeah, I mean, I could do it, and I could just, I mean, like, that's the thing. He probably just spent a ton of time literally, like, actually doing writing, like, being a writer. And, like, and telling, like, and that's why the writer is so good, or, like, when it comes out, because a human wrote it. So, what other evidence do we have against Sam Altman? He's business partners with Elon Musk. And Elon clearly like was involved with rigging the election too. Elon has like access to all the like more data than anyone in the world. Elon has massive computers that are crunching Twitter data constantly, and so like Elon is fully aware of like rigging the election. I said that he specifically did rig the election, and that guy's gay. But then, like, the way that Elon is using homosexuality and transgender people to manipulate voters might actually mean that, like, he's in my opinion, Sam Altman might have been more involved with using sexuality than Elon, even though Elon clearly, like once you find out that you can use, like, trans people to manipulate, because people have such a deep, like, uncomfortable thing about trans people. Like, you don't know it's there. I don't know it's there. Like, I know, like, you can feel it sometimes, but, like, once you know it's there, like, you can use it. And I clearly, like, I don't think that, like, my opinion is that, like, Elon and some of these people do not have lines that they won't cross, and that's an easy line. Like my opinion is that, like, their lines, like a line like that is like, oh, they would love to cross it. That's not a big deal. Like, but they're like, because I can't say where their line is, because where their line isn't, because I'm trying to avoid getting in trouble for illegal speech.